Hello, I'm Sherry Lenzo, and this is going to be a quick tour of the AAC Language Lab. We're starting off with the home page. We're going to be following this path of tabs that are across the top of the AAC Language Lab website. Under the Home tab, there are two things that you might want to know about. You find those two things by scrolling down to the bottom. First, the latest new activities or lesson plans, blog posts, whatever is new on the website. And it'll tell you what it is in the little description below the picture. Secondly, the things that are most popular. Those are also good to know about. Moving over to the Getting Started tab. The activities in the Language Lab are designed to support communication in natural contexts like home and school. In the Getting Started section, you'll find information about the Language Lab, and as you scroll down, there are some links we'll look at. Starting with the core word starter set of lesson plans for students just getting started or doing a trial with AAC. You can get to all lessons with this link. Next, language stages. This links you to the resources and specifically to language stages and charts. And here's an example of one of the language stage charts. But the most important is the language screener. This is a quick assessment that looks at the stage a student is in. You have the option here to either use the language screener wizard, which is the electronic version on the computer, or you can download and print the language screener checklist. Let's follow this path. You start by putting a student's name in. Then you answer each question. When you get to a place where most everything is never, let's see what it looks like if we do this. So because I had some occasionally on the previous page, it's going to continue. But once you get to a lot of nevers, it's going to give you the option of, oops, I skipped a couple questions. Let's try this and see what it does. So it really gives you the benefit of the doubt, or the student the benefit of the doubt, and doesn't end the test too soon. But at the point in which you're choosing never on the entire page, it's going to suggest that you finish, and then it takes you to the results page and gives you the stage that the student is communicating in, the language stage. It puts you right in the lesson plans for that stage and some of the activities. So it drops you right where you need to be. You can also download the screener results, and let's take a look at what that looks like. So the language screener summary, when you download it, looks like this. This can be used for progress monitoring. Back to Getting Started. That's basically everything on the Getting Started page except for the last little bit. They mentioned the new search engine, and the search is actually up here at the top on the right. And when you search, you can use keywords, but I'd be careful because I noticed when I type in vehicles, I get a fire truck. And when I check for activities, nothing, and resources, nothing. So if I, on the other hand, search for vehicle, singular, I get cars. And I get vehicle bingo. So I get something different. And that's just the difference between plural and singular. And then if I do car, I get several lessons. Some of these things are going to apply to the search term, and some of them are not. So I'm really not sure how good this search tool is. You're probably going to want to use a range of different keywords when you're searching for materials. Now, at the very bottom of the page, you can also jump to lesson plans, activities, or resources. We're going to go back up to our tabs and head over to lessons and activities, and this is probably an area that people are pretty comfortable with, but let's go through it. Activities are generally fun games and activities that can be done with a variety of students, no matter their language stage. And you're going to want to look in all levels here to find something that works for all students. So you're not stage specific necessarily for activities. We'll go back to look at lesson plans. These are plans that bundle activities, books, and other resources, and they come with smart charts. Let's take a look at the lessons. You choose the lessons by the stage the student is in, and let's choose a lesson. Open that up. And in the lesson, you're going to have an activity for speaking, reading, writing, and an extension game or something like that, some type of activity. On the other side, you're going to have objectives for the lesson, materials that you need to gather up, vocabulary targets, and the beloved smart charts. Smart charts are specific to what device and language layout the students are using. Since a lot of us are used to LAMP, we can do that one. Some of our students that are on Touch Chat use the Touch Chat with word power layouts. Let's do LAMP Words for Life. We'll do the full, which is the only choice. And for this particular lesson, these are the icon sequences to get to these words. So the smart charts are really nice to have. So lessons and activities. There are 4 curriculums. Literacy through Unity is based on the work and research of Dr. Karen Erickson at the Center for Literacy and Disability Studies at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. This area would be a really nice collaboration with the teacher or teachers that you work with. So let's take a look at one of these lessons. Here's the course, and then it gets into the materials. So you're looking for what is the layout and device that your students are using. So materials for Unity 84 sequenced, for 60 sequenced, and here we have LAMP, Words for Life. I printed lesson 1, so you can see what that looks like. Materials for the word wall, there's cards for the target words, and it tells you what to say and what to do in the lesson. It gives you the word card words to cut out, and they're in the shape of the words. There are also individual icon cards and icon sequence cards. Students are going to be making words with letters and then making words with icons and learning to sequence on their device. These are the sequence cards. And then further down are the Literacy through Unity Words for Life icon cards. Also under curriculum, News to You and Unique Learning Systems. In News to You, the article of the week will have a support that comes with it, smart charts for the weekly reading activity. And the Unique Learning System will have supports available for the entire monthly curriculum strand. And the 4th curriculum is Bricks, and that is for young adults who are transitioning from high school to work, so it's not something that we would be using. And then resources. Resources are further organized into different categories, evaluation and therapy, etc. So we're going to go through each one of these. Evaluation tool first. So writing effective IEP goals is an article written by Lauren Enders. PRC Core Word of the Month activities. Pragmatics profile, language objectives, the quad profile, and this is the quad profile. It's a checklist that comes with a vocabulary checklist, and then the morphology and the sentence types, functions of communication, and so on. At the bottom, there's a Show More tab, so you can get to more resources. So those are evaluation tools, and then therapy materials. There are home implementation suggestions, PRC Core Word of the Month activities and teaching core words, some ideas and strategies for helping students develop their core vocabulary, and then more and more. So that's therapy materials. Then we have language charts, pragmatics, morphology, parts of speech, stages. Manual boards, these are great for backup to your devices, to have around in the classrooms, to take to lunch, to just be available when the device is not. So there's a board for the playground. Then there are Realize Language tips, and Realize Language is the data collection analysis tool that we use for students who are using either Unity, which includes LAMP, or TouchChat or NovaChat. We can get information about how they're using their device, and this is a lot of information about how it can be used, including a planning, helping you draw conclusions based on what the data looks like. Then finally, there are word lists and vocabulary resources here. I love the icon rationale chart. I think it's really helpful, especially for teachers and parents. If you can't find it in one of the other categories, it's probably here. I like this a lot. It's something that we're already doing, a year of words. So being really deliberate and mindful about what we're teaching and that we are teaching new vocabulary throughout the year. This is all set up. So if we look through 60 basic, and the 42 basic would be the word power touch chat devices, and we have the Unity, and at the bottom down here, LAMP Words for Life. So a year of words. So it's all laid out for you, January, and here's the list of words, and the sequence, icon sequences that you need to get to the words, February, and so on. It's nice that it's already created. And this is a look at the Word Power 60 Basic with the Touch Chat or Nova Chat. And then finally, there's a blog. So in the blog, you will find news about AAC, and you can see the categories when you hover over the word blog in the tabs, and off to the side over here. So there's news about AAC, there's making AAC work tips from the field, then there's communicators in action, which are AAC users and their stories. Then stories and strategies are from professionals in the field. Life with Kyle. Kyle is a talented blogger and an AAC user. His posts are very interesting and amusing. Then finally, there are the ambassadors, and those are AAC users. There are biographies about them and their personal AAC stories. So those are very interesting as well. Here's the ambassadors page. That is our quick look at the AAC Language Lab. Thank you for watching.